Honestly, just welcome to another show. And this show, I just wanted to talk about some funny stuff. So it still is the ninja guy, and I wanted to talk about the lies of religion and faith. And there are so many lies we've been told, like believe in this and you have a good life. Especially, I wanted to expose the lie of Jesus Christ. It's such a big lie. It's such a big lie, especially to those people who get new in the faith because they get called and they feel like, okay, I now belong and I have found my place in Jesus Christ. And they all go, okay, now I'm going to preach Jesus Christ and read this Bible and do all of this. And honestly, it always kind of like turns up bad because at the end, I've seen Jesus Christ is almost like a thief. It gives no results, and your life was even better before Jesus Christ. But I also consider that most people will be called to the faith when they will have like bad experience happening to them, and that reason alone denounces Jesus Christ for being bad, because people come to Jesus when they have problems, and it usually is severe problems. And that denounces Jesus Christ because Jesus Christ doesn't solve their problems. And I know that I may sound like the devil, but this is the one thing I want to teach the world: the truth about Jesus Christ. And I want people to actually learn that a lot of knowledge in many families are actually not taught because of that Christian belief, that Christian faith in Jesus Christ. And in this Jesus Christ revealed, I want to actually show you all the bad stuff that Jesus Christ has done, like separating families. How has Jesus Christ separated families? By actually making people rigid, stern, and you cannot talk to them, and they come from a place of Jesus Christ. It's also been observed that people who believe in Jesus Christ become, over time, if they follow Jesus Christ, they become very, very unforgiving and they become mean people. Why do they become mean people? But it's secretly that they become mean people. It's almost as if they cannot do anything for themselves if they don't ask Jesus Christ. And that in itself is a fault because life was not like that. Before the age of Jesus Christ, life was not like that. And this is to you if you believe in Jesus Christ. It's just to actually call you back also. And I found that in this search of faith, the absolute faith was to call myself God. I am God is the best belief set ever to have. I am God. And that's what I want to actually enforce to the people, to say that I am God and not to believe in this other stuff. And I believe saying that you are God is better than believing in Jesus Christ, because at the end it actually puts you in a place of serving, and almost like you never get past your fears if you do stuff with Jesus Christ. That's also a thing I want to tell you. You never get past your fears. You never get past them if you do stuff with Jesus Christ. And honestly, I remember when I had some trouble with like some metaphysical stuff. I went to that church and they're all followers of Jesus Christ. And honestly, they helped me, but I understood what it did to people. It created a distance for them to actually learn other stuff. And what kind of other stuff could they be learning? Like astrology, chemistry, sex, even. Especially once a person gets in Jesus Christ, their sex life is killed 100%. The sex life is killed 100% because it also people also get to Jesus Christ because they feel like they've committed a sexual sin. They feel like they've committed a sexual sin, or because they are poor people. Those are the two reasons people come to Jesus Christ. And honestly, some people end up there and they say, I've committed a sexual sin and I need Jesus' help to actually help me, because it's also stuff linked with the metaphysical, so such as spirit fighting, and they go to Jesus Christ. But even for spirit fighting, I want to recommend the masses to actually say I am God, but to still do your prayers because it still works. But it's good to take back your authority from Jesus Christ because it's such a liar. It's such a liar. I'm just letting people know. And also the Bible, if you read the Bible, there's ain't shit you will learn from the Bible. The only thing the Bible is written through so many volumes is actually do your prayers. You don't need to read that bullshit. And how to do your prayers. And I discovered Jesus Christ is so fake. You can actually replace Jesus Christ with someone, your girlfriend. And honestly, when you close your eyes, just talk to your girlfriend or boyfriend, it's a lot better. It releases a lot of stress and anxiety. And every time you have to say Jesus Christ, you have to feel like a noob, almost as if you don't know a thing and you feel like a coward. And honestly, that's what it does to you. And that was my first reaction. Okay, I came to the church. They said to me, okay, believe in Jesus Christ. And I said, yeah. But then when I did that, I felt like my proud as a warrior actually was left behind, almost as if my masculinity is put behind Jesus Christ. And what kind of man wants his masculinity to be put behind closed doors? And say, in the name of Jesus, I want you to get out of my house. Why can't I just say get out of my house? It's like I become indirect all the time and I cannot say something for myself. And honestly, this trend is reinforced in families because I've seen families with this trend. And in some families, people cannot speak if they don't say, it's Jesus or it's this angel that talked to me. So please actually just listen to me. It's Jesus or it's this angel. And through the name of Jesus, I feel it's like this. And that in itself is so wrong. And I feel that a lot of people who believe in Jesus Christ have a blocked heart chakra. What is a blocked heart chakra? It's a heart chakra that is not open and it's become blocked. And Jesus Christ is part of the problem because a person with an open heart chakra is also happy to play about stuff, like play ghost, run around, even do nudes, pornography. They're not afraid of stuff. And that all of that is actually the joy of life. And if your heart chakra is closed because you put a fucking Jesus Christ in your life, it's just devastating. But then there are some people who actually are smarter, who actually can work with Jesus Christ. And I feel maybe girls can better because they have Jesus Christ kind of like man syndrome, that Jesus Christ is my man and I do sex to Jesus Christ, something like that. But even that is cliche because you're bound to love someone and that someone is not Jesus Christ. You can you can actually admit your feelings because I feel that as soon as people believe in Jesus Christ, they stop admitting their feelings and they start using Jesus Christ as a force of manipulation. So I want to reveal to people how Jesus Christ is a force of manipulation. And in this, I'm so strong in this. I'm so strong in this because I know a lot of people want to argue about Jesus Christ and say, oh, he's the Son of God. He removed all the sins. Honestly, how many people aren't dying of coronavirus? And do you know how many times we've put to prayers to Jesus Christ to stop it? Even dying people. It's not to make fun, but that justifies the faith. That the correct faith is you are God, I am God. Yeah, honestly, sex is not dirty. Like the people who believe in Jesus Christ make it appear. Sex is not dirty. Sex is natural. Sex is clean. And it's so good. And it's good believing in sex and actually using sex, but also knowing that you are God. Because a lot of people, they lose a lot of personal power in the world. And that's what I want to remind people. And of course, there is illness and there is spirit warfare. But even in spirit warfare, it's good to say you are God because some spirit warfares are very bad. And after that, you feel Jesus Christ help me and I have to do this. But it's actually easier if you say I am God and then you do your prayers and then after it's done, you go eat and you just feel better because you actually won a battle. It's like you were not allowed to win battles on your own anymore as soon as you became part of Jesus Christ. And that sucks. That sucks so much. And honestly, I want to draw the paragraph between Jesus Christ and Satan. Because they say in the Bible, Satan lied to the masses, and so did Jesus Christ lie to the masses. And honestly, when I say I am God, I honestly don't believe Jesus Christ was born as superhuman or all that stuff. I have other theoretical stories about his birth even, but also I draw paragraph to Jesus Christ as Satan. Why as Satan? And Jesus Christ is related to the planet Saturn, I say. Jesus Christ is related to the planet Saturn. And Jesus Christ can be seen as Satan also, but can do good and positive. But honestly, it's just because people cannot use their personal power. And that's what I want people to know. Because we're coming into an age where people are fighting over religion and stuff. And you can actually do religion from a place of your own personal power without actually leaving your personal power, but actually saying, I am God, and using the authority of God through prayer, the authority of God being your authority, and not believing that I believe in God. It's so fake to say I believe in God when you can be God. And honestly, a person who says I believe in God and God told me to do this is not having fun in life. The one who says I am God is having so much fun. When they make this phone, they say I am God and it feels a whole lot better than to say I made this phone because God helped me. And honestly, God did not help you because God put you on the planet and there is disease, there is death, there is hunger, there is pain, there is problem with money, and there is so many stuff. If you believe in God, you should not. You should take back that authority and say, I am God. And honestly, that's the only salvation you need. Why am I saying that's the only salvation you need? Because that's the start of freeing the mind from ignorance. And honestly, I'm uploading this. And I'm making series of this. Jesus Christ as Satan. Because I want to reveal this so much. I'm going to make so many series of this. And there's so much to talk about this because Jesus Christ is related to the planet Saturn. And in the planet Saturn, there is so much stuff. There's so much stuff. It's where many souls are locked. Many souls are locked in the planet of Saturn because it's where God did us wrong. It's where God did us wrong. It's where life played us bad in the planet of Saturn. Because as you know, and honestly, astrology is not fake. And I'm using astrology because I say I am God. And I did not lose that right because sometimes I was experiencing spirit battles, and because I needed spirit aid, went to that church and they said to me, "Don't believe in that stuff. It's fake. And take this Jesus Christ fake, and it's so good." But honestly, as I took it, it felt like I just lost so much because I could not be myself. And you had to remake your whole self again. And what is remaking oneself again because of one spirit battle? It's actually a great loss. Because if you are a person of humor, you become another person. And a person who says always that help me all the time, who cannot do things on his own. And that's the worst thing. That's why I actually put that stuff on the side. And I'm actually one of the lucky few to be able to talk about this like this openly. Because honestly, I've made progresses by actually assessing the essential keys of the faith. And by having the essential keys of the faith, I can actually denounce Jesus Christ as fake. Because I removed the essentials of the faith. And how did I do that? It's actually thanks to the many stuff I used to learn before the spirit battles. Because I've discovered a lot of people are not even religion, are not even religious up until the age of perhaps 16. Or in younger years, maybe they see a ghost or something, then they start believing in religion. But even that is a loss of personal power. But honestly, some people are using their personal power through Jesus Christ. So it's not that we had to learn that way before. But there is a quicker way. You can use your personal power and personal authority directly through the world. I actually skipped that episode of actually it's almost shaming you for being a human being and having feelings and having a life because God put you here, but God made a mockery of humanity. And that's what I'm going to also put there. I'm going to say that God make a mockery of humanity, then say I am God, because it's like that. But you get that I did not do it, but God made a mockery of humanity by actually placing you here on the planet and making so many bad stuff. It's a mockery if you think about it. It's such a lie that everyone was promised a good life. God made fun of us. And honestly, even the good people you see have a lot of pain in the shadow walks of life, because a lot of us don't see the shadow walks of life. And honestly, as you become experienced with the faith, you know that no one, honestly, is truly that joyous at the end, especially when you become very old. Because that's when our souls are attacked. And I say attacked by the planet of Saturn, because that's kind of like the last stuff. As your soul progresses from the sun, moon, Mercury, Mars, Venus, especially when it's in Venus, it's the best time of your life. And then and then as it goes to Jupiter, and that's kind of like you experience big gains. And then as it goes to Saturn, as your souls has its solar return and also enters the Saturn's cycle, and as you become aware of the process of aging, that's when your life kind of like spirals downwards. Because then not a lot of stuff is that much fun, and life becomes a struggle for many people, because God wanted this. God wanted to challenge us. God wanted to challenge humanity, not because God is a good man, not because God deserves our gratitude. We should just say, God, we are God, and actually be against God even. Because I found that helped, and it helps so much, especially when you don't get what you want. Instead of saying, Jesus, I'm just going to obey and please give me that thing, just say, Jesus, step aside. I'm going to do this. And I am God. I'm going to use my personal power. The only vigor I have left in me, I'm going to use. Because honestly, there's but one thing we should be grateful for. It's vigor. Vigor is the strength we have in our bodies. Because that's the only gift we truly got. And all that shit about Jesus, this and that is all bullshit, because we are God and we have the power of lust, anger, pain, but lust and anger to attract stuff to us, and you can draw stuff to you by anger, by being angry and actually working towards them, or by lusting them. You can actually make yourself in the line to actually get those stuff. But when you use Jesus and say, Jesus, please give me that thing, because some people need to hear this because they don't like having someone in between them, and say, I am God, I want to have this thing. And honestly, how do you do your prayers? You just close your eyes, and actually you close your eyes and you talk. But I think even the best of prayers, since our souls was the most happy in the planet of Venus, the best prayer is actually closing your eyes and talking to your girlfriend or boyfriend. It's such a good prayer. And actually, just actually sharing your life with your girlfriend, instead of putting Jesus in between. It's like I put Jesus in my mind when I what I need the most is my girlfriend. And that's how I feel, because sometimes in spirit battles you have to fight very long time, but you can use your own authority as a god and say, I am God and I believe in this, and say this and actually push stuff out of your life. And honestly, I've also noticed another thing. When you make prayer good, you can do it longer, because the planet of Saturn is also linked with how much time we spend in prayer. And that's something I'm going to show, but more on Jesus Christ. That Jesus Christ is not healing people dying, but the people who worked still gave their gratitude to Jesus Christ. They could not say, I am God, and just say, I did it myself. Because honestly, you did it yourself, and you deserve that. You deserve that, because this world was created to make fun of us. It was created to make fun of us, and you deserve that. You don't have to say what I have is because of this God, is because of this. You deserve it, and you should just have it. But you should do your prayers and still love humanity. And honestly, this was the first part of it. I don't know how to call this yet, but I've been your Kage, I say, your Hokage. Honestly, I am God, and I'm doing this through the power of me denouncing Jesus Christ as being fake and a liar, and taking place in my life that I don't want to give to Jesus Christ because I understand why he is. It's me losing ground and losing what I love. And I just want to warn people not to lose what you love by believing in that shit, but have it. And honestly, own your godhood. That's all. And see you on the next. Let's say it should be like 20 minutes so I don't drag on too long. That's kind of good. I stretch. So, peace. Love ya. Big hug and so much love.